Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Sunday, the 8th of December 2024, the year of 1 million transactions per second or more. Experience the best of both worlds at BetBitcoinSV.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, let's see what we got today. Check this out, Crypto tweets. He says, funny illegal system. Muddy fucking Mella paid by Copa to amend his judgment to include the word breach to justify Craig Satoshi Wright to have to come in person instead of video link for the contempt hearing. And then some other profanities about it. So I'm gonna look into this. So it looks like, well, yeah, from what's being said here, they've sort of like coerced and bribed the judge to put the word breach in a new ruling. So, yeah, we'll definitely have a look into that. We've got Craig, again, I mean, he's a poet and we never know it. Or he's a poet and we didn't know it. Coming out with some fantastic kind of work there. Just got some crazy articles here that I just wanted to look at on Cointelegraph. Look, Pepe Meme Coin flips Uniswap token in market cap, hits all time. I mean, Pepe, like what the hell is going on? They're now saying Ethereum poised to copy XRP's 390% rally towards 7.6k next. You know what I mean? It's just shitcoining all the way through. You know, anything and everyone. You know, we're all Satoshi apart from Craig Wright, and everything is a legitimate coin except Bitcoin, which is BSV. That's pretty much what we're looking at. Yeah, absolutely crazy stuff. Then we got 365 days of Bitcoin history, because today in 2015 was the first time that anybody or any highly respected magazine pointed the finger at Craig Wright for being the creator of Bitcoin, the inventor of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto. So we're quite looking forward to going through that. And then we'll get into the figures. And as we've got some newbies coming on, do a little bit more explaining. We found the mysterious creator of BTC, what's happened, the political story behind what's gone on over the last few years. We'll do Neil Oliver's video because he's known what's going on. But and then we'll look at these figures. I mean, look, absolutely staggering 67 million transactions over the last 24 hours. And I'll explain the distribution model. One of the quotes that Satoshi came out with, saying that it's strictly necessary that the longest chain is always considered the valid one. We'll have a look at the mining on the network and crypto quant. Look, the exchanges are cashing out again. They don't want to be holding that shit. Look, you know, all the mom and pop investors, all the retail investors are piling in, and the exchanges are just like, all right, well, good for you. We are out. We are out because they know what's coming. And this is it. They know the market's just pumped by Tether. There's no true value there whatsoever. Jacob King also just illustrates this exactly. Look, it's all Tether, minting Tether. Absolutely crazy what's going on. And then we'll just go through the usual figures, and then that'll be the end of the show. Right, let's get into it.
Be Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Here we go, right. So Crypto Tweaks has said, funny legal system. Muddy fucking Mella paid by Copa to amend his judgment to include the word breach to justify Craig Satoshi Wright to have to come in person instead of video link for the contempt hearing. So we've got here Crypto Open Patent. So this is the judgment. So it says, Mr. Mella, 1. The judgment is concerned with issues which arose at a case management conference in advance of a hearing of Copa's application that Dr. Wright is in contempt of court for commencing a new action. Dr. Craig Stephen Wright, BTC Core, Square Up Europe Limited, the new claim. The principal allegation of contempt is that the threatening of this new action and its commencement are in breach of the injunctive relief I granted, the order dated 16th July 2024, made following the identity trial. Well, again, this actually isn't anything to do with the identity trial, but also what we're looking at here is just simply a contract that Craig had entered into with Square and the judge being part of it, this should be absolutely contempt of court on part of the judge. It is it's malfeasance in public office is what's gone on here. Who has ever heard of a trial where you don't have examination? The whole point of a trial is when you have examination, the evidence is put forward, and then you do cross-examination to try and deconstruct it, to try and criticise it. In their supposed trial, literally they were just like, do you agree with this? Do you agree to be bound by the judge, who's not even under a judicial oath because the court itself is a corporate entity, and he will be acting under his oath to the Bar Guild, not his judicial oath. Yeah, which is just unbelievable. Unbelievably corrupt is what's going on. So again, this is all, legalese. Oh yeah, we're going to put the word breach in here and blah. It's literally nothing but it's a complete facade. It's not even a trial. It's all contract here. It's absolute BS. 2. The identity trial was the trial of Copa's claim against Dr. Wright, and the trial of the preliminary issue, a claim brought by Dr. Wright and 2 of his companies against BTC Core, numerous individual developers of certain versions of the Bitcoin software, and 3. A number of companies operating cryptocurrency exchanges, including Square Up Europe Limited. This year. All right then. And this was a reply to here where he'd said Copa claims unsatisfactory to have cross-examined by video link of a person who has previously been found to be dishonest. Let's have a look at this. Copa also submitted that it had been repeatedly reorganized, that it is particularly unsatisfactory to have cross-examination by video link of a person who has previously been found to be dishonest. Well, he's not been found to be dishonest. As well as the importance of the court assessing the witness carefully in such a case, the court will also be astute to the prospect of a dishonest person taking improper advantage of giving evidence remotely. I mean, it's just outrageous. The hypocrisy is just unbelievable when you realise how criminal the court is being. So he said it's UK PC 25 based on the reasoning of the appeal. Since it involves a complete misconception of the Court of Appeal's function and approach in a case such as this, furthermore, none of Dr. Wright's grounds come anywhere near demonstrating that the judge's decision is rationally insupportable. As for the secondary case, this could in principle be a proper basis for an appeal in a case such as this, but again it's totally without merit since none of the grounds come anywhere near demonstrating that the judge's decision is tainted by irregularity, particularly bearing in mind points A and B identified above. The contrary, Dr. Wright's grounds for appeal, skeleton argument and summary of skeleton argument themselves contain multiple falsehoods, including reliance upon fictitious authorities, such as Anderson versus the Queen 2013. UK PC2, which appeared to be AI-generated hallucination. That is outrageous. The appeal should be granted purely on that fact alone. The fact that they are in fact, for any lawyer whatsoever to represent a lie to a court is they could be dismissed immediately, debarred. That's outrageous. It is their responsibility to make sure that the evidence that they present to the court has been thoroughly fact-checked and they can back it up with evidence. And they have presented falsehoods to the court by saying the case didn't exist and that it's an AI hallucination. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What's this? Their lordships have already been advised to Majesty that the appeal should be dismissed. And they now give their reasons. The appellant was convicted of the... Yeah, okay, yeah. That's the case we went through yesterday. Yeah, we did that. Oh! Look at this! Case details. The Judicial Committee of the Privy Council. Oh! The page was not found. See, look, they're hiding evidence from the court now. This just goes to show you what of a mockery they're making. This is absolutely contempt of court on behalf of Copa and the judge. Malfeasance in public office. Using the references they've given, Paragraph 80. Based on what's been reported, I don't recall CSW, CS Tominaga in breach of any order so far. To argue that he needs to come in person doesn't justify this, in my opinion. So 80. I was also taken by Mr. McDonald to the decision of Andrew Smith J in JSC BAT Bank versus Zarin Betov. The facts of the case were that there was a committal application and Mr. Zarin Betov had flown the jurisdiction after a judgment in which he was held liable for 1.5 billion and he failed to return in the breach of 2 orders of the court. So maybe they're saying in breach. In his witness statement, he said that he couldn't return to England because there was threats to his personal safety, but he would otherwise cooperate with the enforcement proceedings by virtue of a video link. Andrew Smith J held him to be in breach of the court orders and sentenced him to 50 months. So, okay, here we go. So this looks like a precedent has been set. They're saying that because he was in breach, and so they're saying that because this case precedent, and now they're saying that Craig is in breach when he's not in breach at all. So they're using that as an excuse to get him to come into court in the flesh, which I think is a very dangerous thing to do. I don't like it at all. And also, what they're asking for is Dr. Wright. Dr. Wright is the birth certificate, but Dr. Wright is the straw man. It's the legal fiction, the corporate entity created through the creation of his birth certificate. So it doesn't need to be in the flesh at all. And his person is his corporate entity. That's what a person is. Right, I get what's going on now. Right, glad we got to the bottom of that. Wow, excellent. All right, but going back to the living man behind everything, let's see what Craig has written here. He said, the turning wheels of time. In the house of time, where echoes sigh and whispers haunt the air, a father's breath, a fading knell, hangs heavy, soil and spare. The cradle rocking in loving arms, my mother's face was light. Her laughter spun like potential charms through the velvet cloak of night. Now stooped her form, her hands like ash, her whispers reedy thin, her stories break like brittle glass, their shards a world within. My father too, I hear her sigh, was once a raging flame, yet fire must fade and dreams will fly when time the thief lay claim. And we who stood in reckless glance with firebrands in our eyes, who never shun the worn embrace of fate's relentless guise. Her parents now, my wife's, lie still, their beds like solemn graves, their strength once bent the earth to will, now lost to timeless waves. I told you, love, as I was told, of time's swift flight, its sting, when folly burned my youth to gold and left a tarnished ring. Our children leap with hearts unbounded, or hearts unbound, as we once did before. With reckless songs, their wild sweet sound still echoes through time's door. Their dreams outpace their tender years, their wings stretched towards the sun, unheeding of our shadowy fears. Their race we had run. We warned you once, I hear my tone, but see my father's face and realise I've unwittingly grown to fill his empty space. A wheel it turns, no end, no start. Its hub, the wound we bear, and every spoke a fragile part, a worn yet strong in care. Or is worn yet strong in care. For wisdom comes a costly prize, the toll we cannot choose, yet children gamble, blind to skies, what years refuse to lose. The first is born, the will turns on, another life will claim. What passions blaze, what lessons dawn, will temper youth's wild flame. O father's hands, now still and cold, once forged with fire and steel, your lessons linger, deeply told, a shadow time won't heal. A mother's voice, a trembling reed, still lights the path we roam. Her eyes reflect the seeds we freed, yet mourn the fleeting gloam. The wheel turns on, its song the same, a hymn of mortal strife. Through fleeting joys and fleeting pain, we sing the hymn of life. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Mate, who would have thought Satoshi would be such a poet and we didn't know it? Like, amazing. Amazing. Brilliant. Hope I did that justice by reading it. So let's have a look at Cointelegraph then. I'm going to look at who's really getting rich in this crypto bull run. Can we guess? While the crypto frenzy captivates speculators with dizzying highs and lows, the real winners are those giving investors a way to speculate. Well, investors are not speculators. You know, you get speculators like traders. Traders are speculators. Investors put value in. Speculators who are traders take value out. So that's an oxymoron there. An ongoing meme coin trading frenzy amid the cryptocurrency bull run is allowing traders to experience dizzy highs and lows, yet those benefiting from the gold rush appear to be the sellers of picks and shovels, the crypto infrastructure providers. Meme coin popularity has seen Solana-based decentralized applications, dApps, gather record revenues for activity on-chain, with automatic market maker Raydium seeing a record $11 million in 24-hour fees earlier this month. Good grief, on-chain activity from Solana exploded over the past few weeks, with decentralized exchange DEX daily volume surging from around $1.6 billion to a $10 billion peak, according to Blockworks data. Again, all they're doing is reaping fees. That's all they're doing. This is absolute shitcoining with these shitcoin chains that do nothing. You're speculating, the price has gone up, but those who created them, obviously you're like reaping the fees and selling them for US dollar. That's what all these coins are being done. Anyone and everyone who's created these shitcoins are just simply, you know, shitcoin trading, a dumping, a massive Ponzi scheming, all switching for US dollar. That's what it's all about. Because these have less value than US dollar, and US dollar is a complete fraud. The only genuine digital commodity is Bitcoin, which is BSV, which is why they're hiding it with all this BS shenanigans and all that. Crypto bull markets include this one have often drawn comparison to the California gold rush, which occurred between 1848 and 1855 after gold was discovered at a construction site, sparking mass migration as miners flocked to the area. By 1853, about 250,000 gold miners had moved to the area, and the extraction of gold rose rapidly. Still, it's widely believed that most of the wealth didn't go to the miners, but to the entrepreneurs who provided them with goods and services. In other words, those selling picks and shovels made the real money, not those using them to find gold. In crypto, those selling picks and shovels are infrastructure providers, including trading platforms, exchanges and all that crap, blockchain networks, wallet providers, payment systems, and other decentralized applications. Speaking to Cointelegraph, Grace Chen, CEO of cryptocurrency exchange BitGet, agreed that the picks and shovels analogy remains relevant in a cryptocurrency market context, as it represents the essential infrastructure required for cryptocurrency and the broader ecosystem to function. I really can't be bothered reading the rest of that. You know, it's just utter shitcoining is what it is. Pure and simple. Pure and simple. What's this about Pepe meme coin? Good grief. Hits all-time high. According to the data from CoinMarketCap, Pepe has a maximum supply of roughly 240 trillion tokens, with all tokens already in circulation. Oh my god. Popular meme coin Pepe overtook Uniswap's token in terms of market capitalization. Well, again, I mean, all you need is a few tokens to sell for, a couple of quid, whatever, when you've got 420 trillion tokens on the market. Like, oh my god. Selling for pennies and whatever. The frog-themed meme coin currently has a market capitalization of over 11. I mean, that's bullshit. You know, you would never be able to sell $11 billion worth. I mean, I would, if we look at Pepe, he'll have a 24-hour trade volume of like, what, maybe 2%, I bet? You know, probably less than that. Because the market cap is so big. Compared to Uni's market cap of approximately 10.6 billion, hitting a new all-time high in the process. And again, none of these coins are being used as a medium of exchange or anything like that. According to the data from CoinMarketCap, Pepe gained approximately 16.8% during the past 24 hours and is up roughly 26% over the past 7 days. Oh my, honestly, I really couldn't care. But I'll tell you what I will do, just for fun. We'll have a look at the PEP 24-hour trade volume. I'm guessing it's this one. Volume to market cap, 44% 24-hour trade volume. Market cap 10.6 billion. Yeah, but oh my god. So that is a 10th, 100th. So it's 2.6 thousandths of a cent is Pepe. two each. So you multiply that by circulating supply, which is 413 trillion. Max supply 420 trillion. Oh, what? It's just an absolute. It's an absolute shit show. An absolute shit show, is what it is. Honestly, I couldn't care. I mean, the fraudsters are loving it because they're making dollar. That's what it's all about to them. Let's see what they say about Ethereum. Ethereum posted copy XRP's 390% rally. Well, if they're going to pump it with Tether, that's what they're going to do. A rally towards 7.6k next. I mean, what's going on with Ethereum then? All right. Oh, that'll be funny, right? So now they're predicting Ethereum's going to go to 7,000, are they, from 4? Well, I wonder why they would predict that. Ether is breaking out of a symmetrical pattern. A triangular pattern that propelled XRP's price to around $50, from around $50 to around $2.90 within a month. Oh my god, as if this makes any difference whatsoever. Look, breakout up. Oh, it could go up or down, really. No shit, Sherlock. It's just such a load of crap. There are no fundamental figures here whatsoever because they are mistaking them, I would say, nefariously on purpose, with securities. And security tokens, they don't do anything. They go up and down, literally like shares in a company. They should the amount they bring in should be related to the dividend that they bring in. But because they're speculated on, the dividend is already taken into account, and people are literally just trying to front run the market. Oh, is there any good news coming in? People might buy this. The number might go up, then we'll sell out and bring it back down again. It's trading absolute shite. Absolute shite is what's going on. Anyway, 20 minutes already. Let's have a quick run. Let's get through these. Check it out. So we are now 8th of December. Here we go. Oh, look at that! 9th of December was when CSW had was it? Oh no, 10th of December was when he had the meeting with the I think it was the Australian Tax Office. But anyway, 8th of December. Here we go. Wired magazine publishes an article titled "Is Bitcoin's creator this unknown Australian genius?" This was the very first one. We'll just have a quick look at TechSpot, see what that brings up. Bitcoin's founder possibly discovered for real this time. December the 8th, 2015. I wonder if this was copy and pasted from Wired. Newsweek famously turned a man's life upside down in March 2014 when he claimed to have tracked down the elusive Satoshi Nakamoto, the pseudonym used by the mysterious entity that created Bitcoin. That man coincidentally named Satoshi Nakamoto, that was Dorian, claimed to have no knowledge of the cryptocurrency and has maintained that stance ever since. Here, both Gizmodo and Wired magazine, meanwhile, believe that they have found the true Nakamoto. His name is Craig Stephen Wright, and according to publications, the 44-year-old Australian who has never made it onto any public Nakamoto hunters list fits the profile of Bitcoin's creator in nearly every detail. Wright allegedly worked closely on the project with an American named David Kleiman, who died in 2013. Wired concludes that it can't say with absolute certainty that Wright is their man, despite the massive trove of evidence, but maintains that two possibilities outweigh all the others. Either Wright is the elusive Nakamoto, or he's pulling off an excellent hoax. Having combed through both reports over the past couple of hours, I can say that this is no Newsweek wild goose chase. From what I can gather, a hacker, that would be Ira Kleiman, tipped off both publications with hordes of hacked emails. That was Ira Kleiman hacking his emails from his brother Dave, who made the Tulip Trust for Craig. Follow-up investigations into the people involved and the stories in the emails have panned out according to both sides. If you're at all interested in the history of Bitcoin, both articles are certainly worth reading. If accurate, it seems that Wright knew this day would eventually arrive, and again, if accurate, it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out in the coming days. Yeah, so that was from TechSpot. So let's have a look at the very first ever article. Look at this, probably not updated. Look, they added this bit. They added this bit later. The powers that be. You know, the deep state twisting their arms made them update that. Look. Documents leaked to Wired suggest that Bitcoin's creator was Craig Wright, but they may be hoax. Look, updated. What a load of crap. They never put that in there before. In the days following publication of this story, Wired published an update that identified inconsistencies, how convenient, in the evidence supporting the notion that Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto. Wright later came forward to claim that he was indeed the creator of Bitcoin after they pointed their fingers at him, but offered some evidence that appeared to be fraudulent. Oh my god, here we go again. What a load of crap. So let's just crack on with the article here. Even as his face as it towered 10 feet above the crowd at the Bitcoin Investor Conference in Las Vegas, Craig Stephen Wright was, to most of the audience of the crypto and finance geeks, a nobody. That was at the the Nevada Bitcoin Conference in 2015, with Bitcoin Bell hosting it, with Trace Mayer, Joseph Van Perling, Nick Szabo, all on the panel. And Joseph Van Perling knew who Craig Wright was at the time, and he kept his mouth shut. Fair play to the guy. The 44-year-old Australian, Skyping into the D Hotel ballroom screen, wore the Bitcoin enthusiast equivalent of camouflage, a black blazer and a tieless, rumpled shirt. His brown hair neatly parted. His name hadn't made the conference's list of featured speakers. Even the panel's moderator, a Bitcoin blogger named Michelle Stevens, seemed concerned the audience wouldn't know why he was there. Wright had hardly begun to introduce himself as a former academic who does research that no one ever hears about when she interrupted him. Hold on a second, who are you? Stephen cut in, laughing. Are you a computer scientist? I'm a bit of everything, Wright responded. I have a master's in law, a master's in statistics, a couple of doctorates. How did you first learn about Bitcoin? Stephen interrupted again, as if still trying to clarify Wright's significance. Wright paused for 3 full seconds. I've been involved with this all this time, all this for a long time. He shuddered. I try and stay, I keep my head down. He seemed to suppress a smile. The panel's moderator moved on, and for what must have been the 1000th time in his latest 7 years of obscurity, Wright did not say the words. A wide study of Wright over the past week suggests he may have been dying to say out loud, I am Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin. Well, he certainly hinted at it, because it was at this conference where Craig explained that had to explain to Nick Szabo that Bitcoin was Turing complete, because there were control loops where the program could keep repeating itself over and over and over, and that's where Nick Szabo said that's an esoteric thing. There we go, look at that. Joseph Van Perling, Trace Mayer, Nick Szabo. Then that's where Nick Szabo made that unforgettable gaffe. That's an esoteric thing, is what he said. Looking at the evidence. I mean, there's loads of. Oh, look at that! They've got this in Wired magazine. Look, Saturday, 10th of January 2009. Bearing in mind the network started on the 3rd of January 2009, and Hal Finney didn't receive any Bitcoin from Satoshi Nakamoto until the 12th of January in the world's first Bitcoin transaction. So Craig is the only individual that could have made that transaction to him. Look, Bitcoin, so this was Craig's Facebook post. He said, well, e-gold is down the toilet. Good idea, but again, centralized authority. The beta of Bitcoin is live tomorrow. How would he know that? This is decentralized. We will try until it works. I mean, who would have heard of Bitcoin at this time, 10th of January, apart from the creator? Even Hal didn't even have any Bitcoin at the time. You know? Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Good grief, I'm not going to go through all that, but I mean, what an epic article that is. I mean, there's loads of evidence there. I haven't got time to go through all that. That's massive. That is massive, but look at that, probably not updated. What a load of crap. What a load of crap. That's hilarious. And again, it was on the 9th of December, like tomorrow, 2015, where Gizmodo magazine followed up when they published an article that evidences Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto, the inventor of Bitcoin, titled, Here's all the evidence that Craig Wright invented Bitcoin. That's hilarious. Look at it. Here's all the evidence that Craig Wright invented Bitcoin. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of this article. Here's all the evidence that Craig Wright invented Bitcoin. Yeah, and these are well-respected magazines. Oh, brilliant. Love it. So there we go. That's an awesome bit of Bitcoin history there. So let's get in with the figures then, just quickly. So we've got Gregcoin at $100,000. So we'll see if we can find that mysterious creator of Gregcoin. There we go. There we go. There's your creator of Gregcoin, the mysterious creator of BTC. If nobody knows who he is, that's him. And BTC came to light on the 1st of August 2017 when they created an alternative protocol but colluded with the exchanges to list their new chain and their new coin as BTC. That's literally all they did. Then the chain continued as it was, but it got a new name because they'd co-opted it. The name went to BCH, and then another group of developers did the same thing again. So now we've had it. Now it's on its third name, which is Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. But it's just Bitcoin. It's the only protocol that goes right the way back to the Genesis block that remains unchanged to the very day. So all these two are altcoins, and you can see it here in the figures. So look at this. As I said before, block size is the amount of data being uploaded onto the network. The data is uploaded via the transactions. The transactions are processed by the nodes that create blocks and supply the hash rate. And the hash rate is meant to be attracted to the price that's meant to be representative of the value, but the value is just simply pumped by Tether. So literally we've got block size and transactions, which are sanity, and network nodes and hash rate are vanity, because you don't need any nodes or hash rate if you haven't got the block size or the transactions. It's the network nodes that process and upload the transactions. And it's the hash rate that kind of like finds SHA-256 that competes for the value of the chain. But if something is useful, it's valuable. If something is useless, it's worthless. And if there are no transactions or block size, it's worthless. So the hash rate is completely misdirected. It's misdirected at the price. And the price is just pumped by Tether. It's completely fake. It's completely fake. These are the figures you need to be looking at. Oh, look at these blocks coming through. I actually saw a gigabyte block yesterday. Somebody pointed that out to me. But look at this. 156, 176, 196, 312, 604. Is that the biggest one there? 814. So, and these are megabytes. So let's have a quick look at this in more detail. Hopefully we'll be able to see this gigabyte block that came through just the other day. Oh, come on. Where is ya? We'll find ya. We'll find ya. Keep my eyes peeled on this. Oh. Come on. Some big blocks there. There it is. Check it out. There we go. 1.1 gigabytes. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. Well worth it. 22 hours ago. Block 874122. Beautiful. 1.1 gigabyte. Come on. Having ya. Loving that. So let's have a look at the rest of these figures then. So for any newbies really. Hash rate follow. Oh, well, crikey. I have to remember my little spiel here. Hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent, oh crikey, I've forgotten how I said now. If you're intelligent and you use creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. If something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. If something is useful, it's valuable. If something is useless, it's worthless. It's really that simple. Proof of work by network. Look, since 1st of August 2017. So all that should be on the original chain that goes back to the Genesis block. All these three are altcoins. Absolute BS. And so it's currently 228,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gregcoin. Mining Bitcoin at a 5.1% comparable loss. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. I mean, look at this is on a log curve. Look at that. So it goes from 10 megabytes to 100 megabytes. In that sort of like centimeter and a bit there. I mean, this it would be off the charts. They wouldn't be able to fit it in on a standard chart. It has to be on a log curve. And again, daily Bitcoin transactions by network. Look, it's almost off the chart. It's almost off the chart. They're going to have to create another one. Daily average Bitcoin transactions per block by network. Heading off the charts, literally heading off the charts. Fees, USD, sub-cent fees. Fees, Satoshis, right down there, almost like just 1 Satoshi per transaction. And look at this daily Bitcoin fee to block reward ratio. So let's see if we can find this image. Close that one. There we go. So this is what we're looking at here. The red line just moving up. Oh. So the red line is indicative of this blue line here. So as the block reward continues to get cut in half every 210,000 blocks, we need the block fee to surpass the block reward. And then we have an economically self-sustaining system, which is what we're gunning for. And that is what the cabal are desperately trying to prevent from happening, which is why they're developing the Lightning Network to steal the fees from the miners so they can't economically sustain themselves, which means the miners are entirely dependent on the block reward, which ends at 0. That's how retarded BTC is, and these BTCers just don't get it. Don't get it at all. So in relation to that quote there, that's this one here. Look, daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. By growth, look, it is strictly necessary that the longest chain is always considered the valid one. Satoshi Nakamoto said that himself. So they can't dispute it. And that's the longest chain right there, the red one. Look at that. Look at that. So this is what happened. So 1st of August 2017, the chain split. And then on the 15th of November 2018, the original protocol, just got a new ticker symbol, but it took off. Look at that. But, where's the price? Because it's literally just the amount of skullduggery and fraud is just unbelievable. This is global hash rate 7 days, global hash rate 24 hours. Gregcoin hash rate, Foundry US April 30% on the other miners 2.08. Managing the profitability on that one. Just look at their profitability quickly. So it's currently 1.7. It's 1.7% more profitable to mine on Bcrash. 3.4% more profitable to mine on Fisher Price Cash. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Encouraging miners onto these other shitcoin chains. Bcrash hash rate, Binance with 19.4 on there. Fisher Price Cash, who cares? But we've got Bitcoin. So we'll have a look at the mining here. There we go. Coup 40%, Tau 34, QD Link 18.75, Gorilla Pool 4.1. Beautiful, beautiful. And let's just have a look at the transactions. So on CoinDance, look at this. Transactions 99.34 and block size 98.7. And if we look at that, look at this. The disparity between these is just sensational. Literally just sensational. So on Genuine Bitcoin, we've got 68,289,112 transactions in the last 24 hours. Absolutely smashing all of these shitcoins. So we got Gregcoin with just 0.06% of the overall transactions. Ethereum just 1.7%. XRP literally just 1%. Litecoin 0.03%. Dogecoin 0.03% as well. But look at this. Look at this. This is what they don't want you to see. Genuine Bitcoin with 68 million transactions on the network. And we'll just cross-reference that with what's on chain. Yeah, look, 68 million. 325,100 transactions. Like, sensational stuff. So we can close those quickly. Oh, actually, for newbies, we'll have a quick look at that because Neil Oliver is finding out about Bitcoin. Check it out.
I mean, it's crazy. Just look at what's going on with Jamie Dimon at the moment and Larry Fink over at BlackRock. They were criticising Bitcoin till the cows came home. They thought it was dangerous. Well, they had no interest in it. There was all manner of different excuses about why they wouldn't address it. And now all of a sudden they dramatically changed their tune. And you've got to ask yourself, why is that?
Isn't that because they've hijacked
definitely
BTC? There's also BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision.
Yeah.
Which it is out there, almost obfuscated and occulted into invisibility. And BTC, isn't there a school of thought that says that BTC, Bitcoin, that everyone means when they say Bitcoin, has been hijacked?
It
You know,
has.
the powers that be, the CIA, the FBI, whatever, the intelligence community, were opposed to until they got it. And now that
Exactly
they've
that.
got it, it's become a bear trap.
Yeah, and that's what worries me the most.
Yeah, and that would worry me too. And look, the exchanges know it. The exchanges reserve. Look at that. The exchange. This is the BTC. They're holding in reserve. Look how they are cashing out frantically, getting rid of this thing. Like, they do not want it. So even though the price is going up and up and up, the exchanges reserves are cashing out. Look at that, straight down. They do not want it. They do not want to be holding that shit when the music stops. No one does. Well, no one that knows. You know, it's all those unsuspecting newbies innocently getting in, have no idea what's going on. You know, but word is starting to get out. And look, it's the only reason that BTC has got the market cap that it has and the rest of the market exists is because they're pumping the shit out of it with Tether. So this went from 137.8 up to 138. So 300 million. Yeah, sort of just 200 million gone in just today again. You know, pumping it. So it's 134 now, 200, so 4 billion in a week. I mean, in the month is insane. 122 to 138. 16 billion in a month. And you wonder where all the market cap has come from. It's just pumping the shit out of it. Good grief. And Jacob King has noticed it. He said there is one reason why BTC is above 100k, and it's the same reason why it will crash below 10k again. The entire market is a bubble fueled by a fraudulent Chinese entity called Tether. For years, Tether has manipulated prices and artificially propped up this market. With the new Department of Justice investigation and impending regulation under the Trump administration next year, Tether's clock is ticking. Since November 6th, they've minted a staggering $20 billion in USDT, which also includes retail FOMO. And look at this, Tether minting. Tether Treasury. Look at it. 32 hours ago, 2 days ago, 5 days ago, 8 days ago, 14 days ago, 15 days ago, 17, 18, 19, 23, 24. So they did 19 days ago, $1 billion. So they did $2 billion in one day. But look at this, just recently, $2 billion in one print. 2 billion, a billion, a billion, a billion, 2 billion, 1 billion, 1 billion, 1 billion, 1 billion, 2 billion. Absolutely insane. Again, no value in that whatsoever. No utility, no supply and demand. It is just purely being pumped by this thing that's not being checked by the regulators because they're trying to hide the genuine Bitcoin by pumping that shitcoin. You know, I wonder how many people are going to spot this. So let's have a look at a genuine Bitcoin. Let's have a look at this on the super charts. What's it looking like? Oh yeah, still looking pretty juicy. Looking pretty juicy. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus Gregcoin. Here we go. So just heading down a little bit, plodding alongside us. But again, you know, are they pumping BSV with Tether? Nope. This literally the only one, the only coin on the entire market that they're not pumping Tether into, because this is the one that they're trying to hide from everybody by using Tether. Yeah, there's no utility in the market whatsoever. And Orange Gateway, yeah, Bitcoin versus USD. Oh, just trending sideways. And that versus Gregcoin. Yep, as we just saw. And let's have a look at this overall. Look, basically $3.7 trillion market cap now. Crazy. 24-hour trade volume, 2.69%. But where is Bitcoin? So bearing in mind, it's now got what, 95%, 95% of literally the entire market. So all these shitcoins here, they're all meant to be like transactional mediums of exchange because their values here as tokens. But this is the one. This is the one ranked down at numbers 84 or 83. Ranked down at number 83, just $78. And yet this one here had got 95% of the entire market's transaction volumes on its network. The entire market, which consists of, I don't know how many coins. Let's have a quick look. Just for laughs. So the entire market with 39,000 coins on it. 39,000 coins, and this one coin buried at number 83. Has got more transactions on it than the entire network and all the other. I mean, a market cap of just $1.5 billion compared to a $3.7 trillion market, and it's buried. We know what's going on. Anyway, that is a 45-minute show. Got a bit carried away. I hope you enjoyed it. So as ever, if you enjoyed these updates, please ding your donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi@Senbit.com, Handcash.io, Simply.cash, Relasia.com, Rockwallet.me, or Senti.ch. We'll leave you there. Hope you enjoyed it. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.